Hello, I'm Kira for Shakti Power Yoga. Go ahead and put any music that you want in the background of this video and come join me on the mat for a post-run yoga practice. Come to the top of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. And then fold over, Uttanasana, forward fold. We are going to ragdoll here, so take your thumbs to the inside of the elbows and latch on, and then just fold and shake out with no pressure to reach farther. Just relax after a hard workout. Now we're going to go into Padahastasana, gorilla pose. So first bend your knees. Get a nice bend in the knees. And then take both your hands and slide them far under each foot so that your toes reach your wrist crease. If this is enough of a stretch, keep that bend in the knees. If you're ready to go a little bit deeper, you can straighten the knees slowly, keeping the spine. And now take the left foot back and go into a low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. So back left knee stays on the ground. Reach the hands up. You can have a slight back bend or keep the torso completely perpendicular to the ground. Now take the hands down and put them both on the inside of the right foot, coming into lizard pose, Uttan Pristhasana. This literally means elongated back of the body pose, so make sure you are stretching forward with the crown of the head and pushing back in the left heel to elongate as much as you can in this pose. We're going to keep our left hand planted firmly and bring our right hand around to the side. It can press into your knee to open the chest up to the right side. Or if you're comfortable with that, you can bend the left knee and have the right hand find the left foot or ankle. This is an intense quad stretch. It stretches the front of the left leg as well as compressing the back of the left leg. So if you feel a compression in the hamstring, come out of it and go ahead and just take that lizard twisted. Wherever you are, come back towards the center, back into a low lunge with your hands on the ground, and then just walk your hands backwards and shift your weight onto your left knee, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split pose. So here we want to be conscious of keeping the upper body long. So rather than rounding the spine and curling over the shoulders in an effort to bring the torso closer to your right leg, you can focus on finding a stretch in the hamstring by lengthening the spine and reaching the chest toward the toes. So this might leave you farther from the ground than you expect to be, and that's completely fine. One more breath here. And then walk the hands back out, bend the right knee, come back into your low crescent lunge for a second, and then walk the right toes towards the back of the left hand so that you're setting up for your half pigeon pose. Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana. So bend into that leg until your right shin is on the ground. You can stay up here and have a back bend if that feels good, or you can start to walk the hands out and take a sleepy pigeon. So you can stay on your forearms or lower down so that your forehead touches the ground, hands extend, wherever, whatever point you can get to, and then just relax into it. You should feel like you're melting into the ground. Keep everything heavy as we stay for another 3 breaths in half pigeon. Go ahead and walk your hands back up towards the body. We are going to keep our right leg on the ground, lean into the right hip, and bring the left leg around to sit on top of the right leg. We're coming into fire log pose, Agni Stambhasana. So here our shins are parallel. Our left foot is sitting pretty high on the right knee, and we can press into our left knee to get it a little bit deeper. This is very intense in the hips, so your left knee may not touch the right leg. You can put a block in there, a blanket in there, or just let it elevate and have there be space in between that. That's fine. From here, we are going to start walking both of our feet back towards our hips so that our knees come straight out in front of us. Stacking the knees, we're getting our hips from a different angle this time in cow face pose. So from here, we're going to take our left hand up, bring it down the back body, and bring our right hand around to meet the left in the back. Take a bind. Head reaches up towards the ceiling in Gomukhanasana. One more breath here. Now grab a hold of the right knee and just kind of bring it up towards your body, preparing for a twist. Half Lord of Fish pose. Ardha Matsyendrasana. So we're twisting over the left leg, bringing our whole body towards the left. Our right elbow may dig into the left leg as leverage. And with every inhale, we're reaching up tall, and every exhale, we're twisting a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths in this pattern. From here, we're going to press into both feet, bring our hands clockwise around the body until they find the mat behind us, and then twist up into a forward fold. When you find your forward fold, walk the feet out a little bit farther to get a wide-legged forward fold. Three more breaths here. Now start to walk the feet towards each other and come back into a normal forward fold with your feet directly below the hip bones. And we're going to come into Padahastasana, gorilla pose once more. So slide the hands under the feet with your knees bent, and then straighten the legs as much as you can while keeping that bind. We're just repeating everything on the other side now. So we're going to come into your low crescent lunge on the other side. Step the right foot back. Take the same variety as last time. Hands can come into a slight back bend if you want, or standing tall. Anjaneyasana. Bring the hands down, both to the inside of the left foot, and come into lizard pose. Stretch the left hand long behind you. Maybe the left hand presses into the left knee to twist the torso around to the left, or maybe it continues to reach farther back and find the right foot. If this is too intense, by means of your right hamstring cramping or your left knee wanting to open up and bring the inner side of the left foot off the ground, go ahead and release this and just keep your left hand on your left knee. Bring your hands back to the ground in a low lunge. And now take Ardha Hanumanasana, half split pose. Remember to keep the torso high and focus on reaching towards the toes instead of towards the knee. Keep your left foot flexed and your toes pressing towards your body. One more breath here. Walk the hands back into your low lunge, and then toe heel your left foot behind the right ankle and come into your Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, your half pigeon pose. Stay tall if you would like, or start to walk the hands until you come into sleepy pigeon with your forearms out holding you up, or your forehead all the way to the mat, hands out reaching. A few more breaths here. Walk your hands back up under you, and then lean into the left hip in order to bring the right foot forward and stack it on top of the left knee into fire log pose. This pose is called Agni Stambhasana, which literally means fire statue pose. Since hip openers are poses to release emotion, it's important to find a calm like a statue amidst the fire. Stay relaxed. Now toe heel your feet towards your hips in order to stack your knees at the very center of the body. Your left knee will be under your right knee. And we're going to take our right hand up as high as it can and then lower it down onto the back. Take the left hand underneath and over to get that bind for cow face pose, Gomukhasana. If your hands don't reach one another, they can grab onto a strap, or there can just be space in between them. That's completely fine. Now we're going to lift up the top leg and find a twist to the right. Left elbow hooks onto that right knee. And follow the breath. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Keep that pattern of breath going. Now we're going to step into the feet. Walk the hands around behind you and find a forward fold. Your feet should be a little bit farther than hip distance apart in this forward fold. Stay here for a few breaths. And then drop the butt down into Malasana. Try to press evenly into all four corners of the feet. Keep the spine nice and long. And now just drop onto the butt. Feet come in front of you. Find bound angle pose. Baddha Konasana. From here, keep your right leg in and straighten the left leg and find a half forward fold, Janu Shirshasana. This literally means head to knee pose. So as you bend over the left leg, try to bring your nose towards your knee. Your hands can grace the shin, the ankle, the toes, the back of the foot, wherever you can reach. And rise up through center. Bring the left leg in, the right leg out. Twist towards the right toes, and then fold. Three more breaths here. Now come back up to seated and just roll onto the back. Find happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. This translates to blissful child. So feel light and easy in this pose. And now release everything for a quick Shavasana. Now roll onto whichever side you please. Bend the knees, cradle the head into the upper arm. And slowly rise to find your seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this practice as a nice restorative practice if your life is a little bit stressful or if you are winding down from a hard run. Thumb knuckles to third eye, bow forward. Namaste. Great practice.